Well, hello everybody. It is your best friend Justin from J Master Productions. Today we are going to talk about the Super Bowl controversy. And in the end of this as well, we're also going to go over a viral clip that's been making its way around social media of some random guy at the airport going off about how everyone's being normal even though the Epstein files were released. Now, I am not, when it comes to the Super Bowl, I am not going to dissect the signs and symbols, the ritual aspects of this, and the whole spiritual side of everything. There's plenty of other content creators who go over that and who are much more in tune with that stuff over me. So you can go ahead and look at that, but my niche really is dissecting the social aspects. Why it happened, where it's going, what the purpose of it was. Kind of like more of the social issues, right? It's what I always talk about in my content. It's just going to be in different ways, which is the Super Bowl, the halftime show, I should say, was more spoken about and more popular than the actual football game itself, right? And I don't think I've ever seen this before. Hell, the president of the United States, Donald Trump, right? He came on and said it was the worst performance ever because it wasn't in English, it was in Spanish. Most people can't understand him, yada, yada, yada. MAGA, the people who support Trump and lean on that side of the spectrum, had their own halftime streams, actually, if you didn't know, that they were joining. I think Kid Rock was the biggest guy. And on X, it's a big talk about, right now there's millions of patriots streamed into Kid Rock right now. Yes, America. We don't need Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny is a demonic pedophile. He's a Satan worshiper. He's anti-ICE. He's anti-Trump. And that's all the conservatives need to hear about him, whether it's true or not. Because obviously these people, Bad Bunny, Trump, all these celebrities and influencers and politicians and CEOs of corporations, whatever, bankers, they're all in cahoots with each other. And people should know this. Otherwise, I wouldn't even be here talking about this if people knew it, right? So anyway, Bad Bunny too, interestingly enough, yeah, before I get into that, here's Kid Rock actually, where he's talking about Jesus Christ, give your life to Christ. That's, and again, this just like Nicki Minaj, how that's all they gotta say to tickle the ears. Come on, play. That's all they gotta say to tickle the ears of these conservatives sometimes is, you know what, I love Trump, we gotta get the illegals out, give your life to Christ, the Bible, God, Jesus, and the conservatives seem to be all about it. They don't really care about the person, the actions of the person, right? It's all about the words. And actions speak louder than words. It's just like Nick Fuentes, people like him. How this guy could claim Christ is king, he's a Christian, but then his actions and everything he does, the way he talks, what he believes in, completely contradicts everything that he says he stands for. But people don't have a brainstem, most people. They don't see that side of people. Because once they start hearing some truth, because Fuentes and these influencers, right, they say some truth so that you can start to get hooked on them. But then they start to mislead you. They say, "Oh, it's these people that are our enemies. These are the one causing misery in our life, right? AKA the Jews." And I know Fuentes has made this weird turn now, where he's in support of pedophilia and Epstein and all these things. Listen, I don't watch the guy too much, so I don't know. But what I do know is he's become very famous in the alt media, and he's influencing a lot of people in my age bracket, specifically young men. And it's for a particular reason, right? It's just like with this guy and Charlie Kirk, right? Because they're about to show him here, Charlie Kirk, and Nicki Minaj recently went on some talk show with Erica Kirk, and Erica Kirk has been this big WWE superstar, right? Ever since Charlie was assassinated, quote unquote. But it's like with Nicki Minaj, I love our president. I love ICE and all of our authority. You see, that's the problem with these people who believe in politics. They get influenced by these people, and what they don't realize is what most people are basically, what people are saying, I should say, is what master do I want to get spanked by? The guy who supports the red team or the guy who supports the blue team, right? And it doesn't matter, right? Their beliefs might seem different from one another, but ultimately what these people do is they just create a synthesis that gets us closer to a new world order. So it's crazy because people basically say, well, I'd rather get smacked in the face by this master every day as opposed to this other one. Either way, you're still a little slave. You're still enslaved. And that's what people don't see the bigger picture of. Both the left and the right, and people in general, they don't see the bigger picture is a tyrannical government, is technocracy, a digital prison. And it's right here. This is, I don't know if you could see that clearly, but I'll bring it up if you can't. You got the liberals saying Bad Bunny was amazing, and you got the conservatives saying Kid Rock was amazing. And you got the base dude saying you're both destroying this country. And that's what both political parties don't realize. And it's so annoying. It's so frustrating. Because while you're sitting there worried about a halftime show at a football game and illegals, because when it comes to conservatives, all you got to do is talk about illegal immigrants with them and how you want to get them out and deport them, and you'll tickle their ears so much that they'll have this grin on their face and they'll listen and comply with anything you say. As long as you're talking about illegals being deported, that's all the conservatives seem to care about. They don't care about the cost of living being crazy. Trump's not doing anything about it. Grocery prices have gone up. Unemployment is terrible right now. I'm still paying taxes on everything I do. I'm being priced out of existence, and it doesn't matter who the president is. It doesn't matter what political party it is. My life is getting worse. My life conditions is getting worse, and it's out of my control, right? There's nothing I can do. When there's an agenda being perpetrated on me, when I get paid in fiat currency that's worthless, that's meant to collapse, when I need this fiat currency just to feed myself for necessities and drink water, and be able to afford an apartment and a car, and then other things like go to the gym and have a phone, have internet, have electricity, have access to water to bathe in and to wash dishes with. Nothing is getting easier. Everything is getting harder, and this is what both sides of the political spectrum just don't seem to understand, because it's like a team. This is my team, and I love my team, and I hate the other team, and I want to see the other team suffer, and it's so immature. It's like children on the playground fighting or something. It's crazy that adults act this way. So Bad Bunny was seen looking a little bit shook for whatever reason. I don't know if this means anything. Maybe some of you could help me out here. A lot of people pointed this out, though, how it was a little suspicious. You could see that he looks a little bit shook and scared, and he keeps looking over his shoulder as if he's trying to get away from someone or something. Now, listen, this could be nothing at all. And he also deleted his Instagram. That's another thing that people have pointed out, that he deleted his social media profiles. Now, my friend told me that there's a theory that he wore. It's not really a big theory, but he told me that he wore a bulletproof vest. When I'm sure a lot of these performers actually do wear bulletproof vests. They should, for their safety. Now, when it comes to Bad Bunny and this whole halftime show at the Super Bowl, it's been very controversial. A lot of people don't like it. Trump himself saying how he doesn't like it. So obviously this guy is, and people will get influenced by that. If their own president even is saying that he doesn't like something, that could potentially make someone who really leans extreme right get crazy about it and maybe do something. But obviously, there's a ton of security there and nothing happened to him. So there could just be that aspect to it. I thought it was a little interesting, though. And then he deleted his Instagram. Now, people do this often. If you know, you know. If you're probably around my age, you know. A lot of people will just randomly delete their posts or everything on there. Sometimes just delete their account or whatever. But people typically do this where they just delete their posts and their profile picture. But you know what's funny about Bad Bunny, and all these people want to support him? Guy's got over 50 million followers, and he doesn't follow anyone. People like this piss me off, man. I see a lot of girls in particular who are like hot on Instagram, and it's like they'll have thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands of followers, and they'll follow like 10 people, bro. Like, it's crazy how, like, people's egos these days. But, Bad Bunny, who all you love, you support, you pay for his shit, you put the guy in business. The guy wouldn't be famous if people didn't love him so much. Not to say he doesn't make good music, but he doesn't care about you. You'll never meet him, and you could be dying right in front of him, and he's not going to help you, and he's not going to care that you're dying. He's not going to care that you're a fan. Same with Donald Trump. Same with any of these celebrity influencer, whoever. You could die right in front of them, and most of them aren't going to help you or give a shit because they don't care about you. They think you're stupid. They think you're dumb because you can't see through their signs and symbols because they subliminally show you through messaging, through subconscious messaging who they are, and you can't see it. So they don't respect you. They think you're stupid. And my suggestion is to stop giving your time and energy to these celebrities and politicians. Stop casting in your vote with them. Stop giving these people your energy, bro. Like, dude, over 50 million followers doesn't follow anyone. I mean, come on, man. Who do you think you are? Okay, so I think I pretty much said everything I needed to say. I mean, I know there was Green Day, funny enough, that performed at the Super Bowl, and they're also anti-Trump and anti-ICE, and they were kind of voicing their opinion, but I don't believe they did it at the Super Bowl. I don't think anyone said anything political at the Super Bowl. I was thinking that Bad Bunny might say a little something like in the end of his performance, but he didn't. I would have thought that would have been hilarious if he did, because that would have just gotten people so riled up and people making posts of their little 2 cents about what they think they know and all this shit. But no matter what, these people are, again, it's not because these guys believe what they're saying. They're told, okay, listen, you're gonna be liberal, you're gonna be anti this and pro this, anti that, right? You're gonna talk shit about the president. You're gonna say, anti ICE and like I said earlier with the conservatives, if you're anti ICE and all these things, you're like the worst person ever right now because again, there's so much political tensions with ICE and immigrants and all that shit, which is funny why Bad Bunny. The reason that it's funny that Bad Bunny was the one because of all the things going on, and he did a song in Spanish. I don't think any of it anything he said was in English really. So it's funny, right? How the powers that be just F around with people. But yeah, man, even when you just type in Bad Bunny in the X search engine, the first thing that came up, and this was about a week and a half ago, Bad Bunny is a Trump hating anti ICE activist, right? And that's all people need to see, especially people who lean on the right. And they're just gonna, oh, I hate this guy because it's like a team. Well, if my team doesn't like him, I don't like him either. And if the other team likes him, then I must not like him. I mean, again, people are such children, man. They're going to get into say that he represents the decline into degeneracy and all that, which is true. I mean, all his, a lot of the stuff was sexual, right? That was in his performance. A lot of his stuff, oh shit, has this been playing the whole time? Anyway, a lot of his stuff is sexual, right? And a lot of people, a lot of kids who view this, it's not appropriate for them. And a lot of young women, they're going to get influenced by the butt shaking. Not that there's not other influences out there, but the butt shaking, being degenerate, for both men and women, it's bad. And that's all these celebrities. But here's what's funny, though, is do you think that the people on the other side don't promote degeneracy? Do you think that people, because watch, you're going to start to say that he's a Satan-worshipping child pedophile, right? Which he probably is. I don't doubt that. But do you think Trump isn't? Do you think J.D. Vance isn't? Do you think that all these right-wing influencers aren't bought and paid for? Do you think that anyone who's on the right isn't also a child pedophile? You see, people have excuses for Trump. Oh, Trump never went to Epstein Island. Trump never did this, or this influencer never did that. You see, people want to just ignore. They want to hear what they want to hear and ignore what's factual. That seems to be what it is. Like, yeah, you could talk about Bad Bunny and even Lady Gaga, or whoever, Joe Biden being a sick pedophile, because they are, absolutely. But you know what? Donald Trump is too. All these other people who you think are good and are rational and logical and are for America and are patriots are just as sick and demonic as the people that are liberals, so-called, or whatever. A lot of these accounts are going to go on to say, and you could just read this if you type in Bad Bunny if you're curious. I just wanted to show you guys because it's so funny how they'll call him out and other liberals out, but they'll never call out the conservative. It's like the conservatives are the good guys, right? And same with the other side. Like children, it's like a team, like a sports team. They hate each other. And it's crazy to me, and I just spoke about this in like my last video, one of the podcasts I did with my friend Rami, how it's so crazy how all this truth is out here, how so many people are aware of the rituals and the dark psychology of it and the satanic side of it. and the symbolism, how people have become aware of it. And like I said, I'm not going to cover that in this video because a lot of people, a lot of content creators do cover that and would do a much better job than me. But I talk about the social aspects and, you know, why this is being shown and what's it really for and where is it leading us. And it's just divide and conquer methods. And I think I pretty much said what I need to say about the Super Bowl and all that and the controversy behind it. And now I want to get into a video that I came across here. Yeah, so the basis with everything in the Super Bowl is it's divide and conquer methods. Obviously, there was satanic signs and symbols, and it was a ritual to please the elite and all that, and how they do it in the public eye, and people don't see it for what it is, right? And there's all this political stuff attached to it. So it's the typical nonsense. And like I said in the very beginning of this, I always speak about the same things practically, how people are getting divided just in different ways and how the left and right can't see past it. And not even just the left and right. Your average everyday person doesn't give a shit, really. You know, even if they do, they just dig their head in the sand. It's going to kind of go hand in hand with this video here. So this video has been circling around X a lot. And maybe some of you have seen it, but it's some random guy at the airport going off about the Epstein file. So I'll let you guys take a listen and then I'll give you my reaction to it.
All of y'all are acting normal. All of y'all are acting normal. They can laugh, but y'all can Google it. They can laugh, but y'all can Google it. The Epstein files have been released, and all of y'all are acting normal. All of y'all are acting normal. All of y'all are acting normal.
They might not lost their goddamn mind.
Airport is acting normal.
Everybody's calling.
No, you shut the fuck up.
Wait, don't say nothing.
Because the Epstein files, what I'm reading, and everybody in this room can read. If you go to Google right now, everybody in this room can read. They are eating babies. They are trafficking children. And if you think for a second any fucking thing in your life matters, you are on the fucking wrong side of history. You are on the fucking wrong side of history. It don't matter.
So, yeah, I'm sure many of you maybe have seen this clip. And you know what he has right? Because obviously this person could be an agent. This could just be something that the powers that be want to go viral on social media to see people's reaction if maybe people would imitate it or go out here and do what this person did. Now, listen, I don't know if this person is a paid agent, if they're drunk or high, or they're just crazy or they really mean what they're saying. But here's what the person has right, is that no one's doing anything. And you know what's funny? Here's what's really funny about it. Like why I want to react to it, because the government can come right out. They can show you literally the Epstein files, because you know how I feel about that, how it's just a distraction and it's bullshit, and not that it's not true, because they can come out and tell you every politician, every famous person, every influencer, every CEO, every banker, whatever, they can come out and tell you what they are. That they're pedophiles, that they kidnap children, drink their blood, use them for sacrifices and rituals, and torture them. They could tell you about how with us that they steal all our money, they've stolen trillions of dollars and sucked the wealth away from us, that they brainwash us through media and television, and that they brainwash the kids through the education system. They poison us through the chemtrails in the air, through our food and our water. They poison it, right? They could tell you all these things. They could tell you how your kids have no future and that they've lied to us and that we know nothing of truth and that they hid it from all of us. Like, they could tell you all these things. They could come out and confirm everything I've said, any conspiracy theorist, what they said. They can confirm it all, and people would still not believe it and will still go on with their day as if they didn't just hear that. Because people are so stupid and so ignorant, and their heads are so far up their ass that they can be straight up told by the government that everything I'm saying is true, or other conspiracy theorists say, and people would still not do anything, still go on to their job and get paid in fiat currency that's not real money, that's devaluing, that has no real value, right? And we need fiat currency money, right, for food, water, shelter, for electricity, for water to bathe in, right? For cars, for insurance, right? Gym membership, phone, electricity. I mean, you need money for literally everything, and this is how they scammed you. You would think just the Federal Reserve, knowing the truth about that, is enough to get people riled up and see the truth, but it's not enough. Like, people would see that, and they still don't care. And or they think they can like work around it. Like, they see the scam and they think they can work around it. Oh, it's all about those who adapt, you know? I mean, it's really crazy, man. Really, really, like, again, people's heads are too far up their ass. So that's why I wanted to cover that video, because, again, I don't know if it's fake or not, the person's crazy, whatever it might be. But it's true, because the first thing I thought of when I watched that is, oh, you know, this is just like how the government could come out and tell you everything that they were accused of, or that conspiracy theorists alleged, right? And people will still just go about their lives. Like, we see that that these rich people and these presidents and these people with power are sus, and that they do sus things, and that they screw people like me and you over. But people just don't do anything. They still want to participate in a system that's not meant for them to succeed. And if they have kids, if they want children, or if they have kids now, right? It's like, I don't have a future, right? My parents are 65 years old. I'm 29. I just turned 29. I don't have a future. Like, it doesn't matter if I have a good job. I can't afford to buy a home. No one my age can afford to buy a home. Most people my age don't even live on their own like me yet, because it's hard. Because after I pay all my bills, I have no money left, and that's the truth. And that's for most Americans and most people in the world. Once you're done paying your shit, right? It's like you got nothing left over. What is this, Green Day here? I didn't mean to play that even. Oh, sigh. But yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think about the Super Bowl and the controversy around it. Also, let me know what you think about that video of the Epstein files and kind of what I said. You know, again, I don't like to focus on if things are fake or not, or, you know, the signs and symbols. There's a lot of content creators that do that much better than me and are much more smart than me when it comes to it. But I like to focus on the social aspects of things and how these things are shaping us. And, you know, that video that I just reacted to with the guy talking about the Epstein files and how they do all these crazy things and people are acting normal, I mean, it doesn't surprise me, because like I just went on a rant about, the government can confirm that everything I'm telling you or all these sick things are true, and people are still going to go about their lives, because that's how far gone humanity is. And that's why I say that we really don't have much of a future at all, because people, again, we're walking into the digital prison and people don't care. I don't know what I could possibly do to make people care. Like, I could show you in every way possible how this affects your life, and it's like people just don't see it that way, or they're like refusing to see it. And it's very frustrating when I've been talking about these things for years, and we're at a point now where these things are extremely obvious. It's not hidden anymore, and people still don't see it for what it is. So, all right, I've said enough. Your best friend Justin from J Master Productions. Let me know what you think about everything that I spoke about here. Please like this video if you haven't. Subscribe, share it around with your friends, and I'll see you guys in the next one.